All right, welcome back. For the last 9 explainers, we've been digging into this wild, invisible world of interference. And now we've hit the most important part. What can you actually do about it? Just to remind you, this is it, the final part of our series. And all this info, especially today's really practical advice, it all comes from this incredible report by the RFI detectives. It was written specifically for non-technical folks to get a handle on RFI, EMI, and space weather. So our job today is to translate all that expertise into steps you can take right now. So let's just quickly recap the big problem we've been talking about. It's pretty simple, really. Our whole modern world, it's built on invisible signals. But as we've learned, that invisible space is getting just unbelievably crowded. Imagine trying to have a conversation in a sold-out football stadium during the final play. That's kind of what our devices are up against. And this quote from the report really nails it. It talks about the noise floor rising. So what's that? Well, think about that stadium again. The noise floor is that constant background roar. The more wireless gadgets we cram into our lives, the louder that roar gets. And it makes it so much harder for your Wi-Fi, your phone, whatever, to hear the one signal it's actually trying to listen to. And this isn't some far-off theoretical problem. Nope, it's happening in your living room right now. Okay, so after 9 episodes talking about all the threats, everything from your microwave going rogue to giant solar flares, we're finally here. The big payoff. What can you do? How do you even begin to fight an enemy you can't see? Well, the good news is you've got way more power than you probably think. Let's kick things off right where most of us feel this stuff the most, at home. And listen, we are not about to get into complicated engineering solutions. Nope, these are simple, practical things anyone can do to make their digital life a whole lot less annoying. Oh, this one. I mean, we've all been there, right? You're on a super important video call for work, you're just getting to the good part of a movie, and bam, the internet drops. It is probably one of the most universal tech headaches, and guess what? A lot of the time, interference is the secret bad guy. So what's the fix? Well, here are 3 things you can try. First, if you can, switch your devices over to the 5 GHz Wi-Fi band. Think of it like this. The 2.4 GHz band is a packed, bumpy country road, and the 5 GHz band is a wide open multi-lane highway. Easy choice, right? Second, if you have to use the 2.4 GHz band, take a minute to log into your router settings and manually set the channel to either 1, 6, or 11. Why those? Because they're the only 3 that don't overlap and basically shout over each other. And third, and this is a big one, if your Wi-Fi suddenly takes a nosedive, just ask yourself, did I just plug something new in? Seriously, that brand new smart bulb or that cheap power adapter could be the villain. You see, all of this really points to a bigger shift in thinking. It's about developing a new kind of awareness, realizing that, your microwave oven literally uses the same frequency band as your Wi-Fi, or understanding that if your phone's GPS and your cell service go wonky for a few hours, it might not be your provider's fault. It could be a solar storm. And hey, if you live in an apartment, it's good to remember your Wi-Fi is basically in a constant battle royale with dozens of your neighbors' signals. It's just a crowded neighborhood. Okay, so that's the home front. Now, let's scale this up. Let's talk about the business world, because here, the stakes are way, way higher. For a company, interference isn't just a pain. It can mean lost money, corrupted data, or even a serious safety issue. So you absolutely need a more structured game plan. This slide lays it out perfectly, splitting a business strategy into 2 sides. On the left, you've got your proactive measures. This is the smart stuff you do before there's a problem. Things like getting a professional RF site survey to map out your invisible environment. Then on the right, you have your essential safeguards. These are your safety nets, your backup plans. Things like having redundant ways to communicate or using good old-fashioned wired connections for your most critical systems like security. A truly resilient business needs to be doing both. And this isn't just some techie checklist, This is a business and financial thing. You've got to actually budget for ongoing wireless maintenance, just like you would for the plumbing or the HVAC system. You have to seriously think about backup power, not just for a local power outage, but for a major grid event caused by space weather. And you should absolutely be subscribed to the NOAA Space Weather Alerts. They're free. It's like having an early warning system for potential disruptions heading our way from the sun. All of this advice, both for your home and for your business, it's all leading up to what is probably the single most important takeaway from this entire series. It isn't just a collection of tips. It's a fundamental change in how you think about technology when it starts acting up. Think about it. The old way of thinking, our default mode, is to just assume the gadget is broken. Ugh, my router's fried. My garage door opener is dead. The new way of thinking, the empowered way, is to ask a totally different question first.
What in my environment could be messing with this thing? Just that simple shift from blaming the device to looking at the environment can save you so much time, so much money, and so much frustration.
And that's really the whole point. The authors of the report are very clear about this. The goal of learning about RFI, EMI, and space weather isn't to make you worried about all these invisible forces. It's the opposite. It's to empower you, to give you the knowledge you need to take back control, to troubleshoot like a pro, and to build systems that are just plain tougher.
All right, so as we wrap this up, after all the details and all the strategies, what's the one big idea you should walk away with? Well, it really boils down to a simple two-part reality of the world we live in today.
Part one is simple. Technology connects our modern world. It is the invisible glue holding everything together, from global financial markets all the way down to a FaceTime call with your grandparents. But, and this is the huge but we've spent 10 parts exploring, electromagnetic interference is this ever-present force, a natural part of our universe that is always trying to pull that connection apart. And that leads us right to this final, really powerful thought from the report. Our best defense? It's not buying the most expensive gear. It's this. Awareness, preparation, and smart design choices are our best defenses in an increasingly wireless world. That knowledge, that's your real shield. Thanks so much for joining us on this deep dive into the invisible world.